Minecraft Mod Session 6. This session will be run in multiplayer creative mode, and the students will be exploring the Galacticraft mod. When enabling the Galacticraft mod, there's actually 3 different mods that need to be enabled: the Galacticraft Core, Galacticraft Planets, and McDoodle Core. One important thing to note about the McDoodle Core is that even if you disable the Galacticraft Core and Galacticraft Planets, McDoodle Core will still be running in the background, and it will crash Minecraft if the other 2 mods are not enabled. If you have problems with crashing in later sessions, it might be because McDoodle Core is enabled and the other Galacticraft mods are not. Not enough items and journey map may remain enabled as long as they don't cause any lag or any other problems. So let's go ahead and start the launcher. Click Mods. We'll set up the server first. Click Server Mods, open Mods folder, Disabled Mods. We'll select Galacticraft Core, Galacticraft Planets, and McDoodle Core. Right click, select Copy to the parent folder. Right click, select Paste. We can close that. Now click Client Mods, then back to Server Mods, and the Galacticraft Core and Galacticraft Planet will appear on this list, and we'll enable them. We'll disable Biomes of Plenty and Animal Bikes. And I'll repeat again because it's pretty important. If in a later session you have disabled Galacticraft Core and Galacticraft Planets, but McDoodle Core is still enabled, it will crash Minecraft. So if you have problems in later sessions, there's a good chance that is the cause. So let's go ahead and click Start Minecraft Server Launcher, create New World, generate a random world, generate structures, create animals, start server with new world. Once it says server ready up here, we can click world settings. We're going to change the game mode to creative. We're going to allow all the different things. Click the player settings. Going to allow student respawning, allow student surfacing, keep inventory. Students can always fly. Now we'll start the student computer with a client. Mods. Click Client Mods, open Mods folder. Disabled Mods. Hold the Control key. Select McDoodle Core, Galacticraft Planets, Galacticraft Core. Right click, select Copy. Parent folder. Right click, select Paste. You can close that. Click Server Mods, then back to Client Mods. And we'll just need to make sure that Galacticraft Planets and Galacticraft Core are the only ones selected in this list. Then we can click Start Minecraft EDU and launch. Maximize this window. Type our name. Continue. Multiplayer. Because the server is running on the same computer, we can click Direct Connect. Localhost, join server. I'm student, and we'll connect. As the students enter the Minecraft world, they will see the Space Race Manager. The students can use the Space Race Manager to create custom flags that they can plant on the moon. They can also add themselves to teams for Space Race Challenge. The students will be able to come back to that later if they wish to explore that. Try to find a nice flat area, and we will press E to enter the inventory. We can use the navigation buttons to find the Galacticraft blocks. We will need 9 launchpad sections. But because we're in creative mode, if we just grab one, that'll be fine. And we need a Tier 1 pre-fueled rocket. And we can place the launchpad sections on the ground in a 3x3 square, and it will form a launch pad. Then we take our Tier 1 pre-fueled rocket and we place it by right clicking, and then we can climb in the rocket by right-clicking and press Shift to start the countdown. Then it will warn us that we don't have a parachute. That's fine. We'll speed the video up here. Because we're in creative mode, there's a whole slew of things that we would typically need to go into space, breathing apparatus, that type of stuff that we won't need. Once you make it into orbit, you'll be presented with the Celestial Catalog. On the left side of the screen are all our options of possible destinations. You'll notice there are a few in green. The ones in green are the only ones that are active in the current release of Galacticraft. Because we only have a Tier 1 rocket, Overworld would be the only one that we could be able to access. If you wish to go to Mars, you need a Tier 2 rocket, and the asteroids, you need a Tier 3 rocket. So we'll go ahead and we'll click on Overworld. Now if we click on Overworld, we can see that Earth has been highlighted. I think if we double click on it, there we go. If we double click on it, we zoom right in and we can see the moon. Click on the moon and then click launch. Now this is our lander. We're going very fast. If we hold the space bar, it will slow us down. And as long as the entry velocity is in the green zone, we'll be fine. And here we are about to land on the moon. Press the Shift key to leave the lander. Once you start wandering around on the moon, you'll notice there's less gravity, so you can jump much further. There's a list of activities for the students in the curriculum guide. One of those activities includes the moon buggy. To experiment with the moon buggy, they will need some items. They will need a buggy fueling pad. They'll need a buggy. They will need fuel canisters. Probably need a lot of fuel canisters. They will need a fuel loader. We'll just grab a couple fuel canisters to get things started. And also a battery. So the buggy fueling pads will go down the same way the rocket launch pad, just in a 3x3 square. And then you'll place the fuel loader next to the pad and the buggy on the pad. And then what we'll do is we will right click on the fuel loader. We will place some fuel in the fuel loader and a battery. And the buggy's loading now. Now the buggy should be usable. If we right click on the buggy, we should be able to climb in, and then we can drive around on the buggy. So the buggy can be pretty useful to explore the moon. To leave the buggy, press the Shift key. Some of the students may decide they'd like to build a space station. To build a space station, they'll have to leave the moon, but first they'll need some items. They will need 16 aluminum ingots, they will also need 32 tin ingots, 24 iron ingots, and they will also need 1 advanced wafer. Just move a few of these other items from my inventory before we go. To leave the moon, we'll have to build a launch pad like we did to leave Overworld. And we'll place a rocket upon it. And we'll climb inside the rocket and we'll launch. Once you've reached the Celestial Catalog, click Overworld. You'll see there's a menu to create a space station. We'll click that. And now we have our space station. So if we click on the space station, we can go there. Here we are on our space station, and as a matter of fact, we're floating. It can be a little tricky to navigate in zero gravity. If you're not careful, you could wind up walking right off the edge of your space station, which isn't terrible because you could in fact float away and then float back again. You do have some directional control. In order to leave the space station, you could use this area here to lay a launch pad and take off. If you wish to explore Mars, you will need a Tier 2 rocket, and if you wish to explore asteroids, you will need a Tier 3 rocket. If you enter your creative inventory, look for rockets, you'll see Tier 3 rocket. There is a pre-fueled one for creative mode, and there's Tier 2 pre-fueled rocket as well. Those are the ones the students will need to go to those other destinations. So depending on the destination the students choose, there's a variety of tasks to engage them. And that wraps up this video.